Alrighty. Hello guys. Got another VOD review for Mr. Trixye. I'm gonna see what's going on in this match. Told me he looked at the last one, took some advice. We're gonna see what he's gonna do differently here on Circuit Royale. So still 66. We're on defense first. Gonna go with the D.Va, which in general I think you can just kind of play D.Va. I think D.Va's just a good character to play. May not necessarily be always the best pick. Circuit Royale is for example, like a great map to play Sigma, but we definitely see what happens here with the D.Va. This is good pressure on the Rhine. I like to just pull up their shields if they're just going to stand there. So your other tank is JQ. It's going to be kind of difficult for your JQ. It's going to be kind of difficult for both of you, but as long as she can kind of roll up and get on them like that, then it'll make it a lot easier. This first point here, a lot of it revolves around, if you can, this corner. The attacking team needs to get through this corner. So if you can hold this corner, it's pretty difficult. They don't have a lot of ways to get in. So trying to hold this the best you can. Your JQ's finally in. The start of the round, she was kind of behind you. So that was super good. Your JQ was controlling the left, and then she came in on the Rhine. For the most part, this is kind of how you want to play it. You're just poking. All this is good. Yep, play in the corner, poking when you can, back up when you need heals. Your JQ's in main, so you can rotate here, so this is good. You just want to keep the Rhine out. Main thing, as a tank, is you're just controlling them coming in, right? So right here, you're low. Getting coalesced. So you could... Okay. So the Torp's still on the right here. I'd be careful just standing still shooting like that, especially when you know the Torp's there, because he could just roll up and kill you. Good Matrix. Alright, here's going to be tough. So you got Bob behind you. Okay, good getting out. Ooh. Okay, good. Probably right there. Probably right here. We can kind of take a look at this. So let's see here. Your whole team's alive. The Bob is going to come in. He's going to push you back. So coming back here is good. So you came back and you got hit by the fire strike, which is tough because you're at 17. So retreating here was good. You do get your supports. The shatter here is obviously this is gonna mess things up. You probably could have kited back a little bit more. The main thing was the shatter was just going to make it difficult either way. Even if you backed up, you're probably still gonna get hit by the shatter. So better than the last time. So right now you just need to get your mech. So you can try to recontest here. You're down your soldier. Let's recheck this. So right here, might be hard because you can't really steer JQ through the wall, but you did hear her ult go off, so you can probably assume that she's doing something. Right here, I would probably fly away. Don't need to die for this. Right there, you could have either flown to the top left where your soldier is and tried to just recompose there, or you could have flown to the cart. It looked like your team was probably losing that fight anyway, so not too big of a deal. Okay. Yep. See, their diva did the thing that I was kind of talking about last time, where she kind of just flew into the middle of your team and lost her mech because of it. Ryan's getting a shatter pretty quickly. Can't see scoreboard, but yeah, he's pounding. I would say in general, that was a good bomb. Let's see when you. So you threw this bomb after they capped the point, which is like, you know, they already have the point, so you do get something out of this. This isn't horrible because now you get to control this this choke point. This choke point is pretty difficult to break into for the attacking team. So the only way they get in is either through the left here or through main. There's not another good way to get in. So yeah, the bomb affords you guys to just like force them to actually like fight through this, which is bad for them. You should try to fire, or you should try to matrix any fire strikes, because you can just pulse it, eat the fire strike. Like right that. You should be able to just like on reaction just like eat every fire strike that gets thrown at you. Same thing with like Juno torpedoes. You can eat a lot of the Torb ult too. So this is good. You guys are getting a lot of free time here because they're really struggling to get through this choke. Excuse me. Okay, good eat there. Your JQ's going crazy. A little slow on the flyaway. They did use bomb and bob. Ooh, okay, yeah, the Rhine actually dies to the coalescence. You're gonna go down here, I would imagine. Ooh, let's see, actually. Oh, you might get your mech. Okay. Oh yeah, so your soldier ults here, I would immediately boost in. Yeah, I would have boosted in before that. As soon as like a DPS ults like that, you want to we'll take a look at it again real quick. So you get your mech, and you get resituated. They lose their diva mech, and as soon as they lose their diva mech, your soldier's like, okay, I'm gonna press my ult, because one of the biggest deterrences for him for ulting is just diva getting up in his face and eating all of his ult. So as soon as you see this, and your soldier is ulting, you should boost, because you have your boosters. You should probably boost forward ahead of him and just hold matrix. Maybe not all of your matrix, but you're basically boosting ahead to make it to where he doesn't just get deleted, because it's one of those things as you go up in rank, the other team is going to be a lot more in tune with when the other team is ulting. And even though they're on the back foot, anyone who's still in that corridor, right, they definitely have the means to just, you know, very quickly kill a soldier who doesn't have a lot of peel, doesn't have a lot of protection. The soldier's not, you know, the most durable character in the game. So flying ahead of him means that he gets to be behind you and your matrix, and he basically gets a really big padding for his ult. For this, it was good cleaning up the Torb. This high ground is really good. You can't permanently sit on it. It's one of those where you don't just get to like always perch on it. Throwing bomb there is fine, I guess. A lot of times with Diva, you can kind of hold on to your bomb just as a mech reset. You don't always have to like throw it out to try to get kills. Nice, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what your JQ is doing. That was one. So another issue. I want to take a look at the fallout from this. So you fly back. You guys get some kills. So one thing that's important, which you more or less did the right thing here, which is coming back, kind of resetting. You didn't have to go that far back. But one thing that people, especially at this rank, will have trouble with is they're like, all right, we're going to press our advantage. We're going to get kills, which is what you did here. If you look in the top right kill feed, your team killed 3. And that's good. The problem that could come from that is getting too overzealous, getting too overconfident in that you get these kills, but your JQ has no HP, their Ryan is respawned, and the Ryan's like, okay, well, I have big health advantage, even though I lost 3, I'm going to just, I'm just going to charge right in. Better players may be able to curb this Ryan from doing that, but in this case, the JQ was low HP, she was a little too far forward. And now, even though you got 3 kills, you've lost your JQ, right? This isn't necessarily your fault. As D.Va, you probably could have flown up and Matrix and this and that. He did get charged, so the Matrix wouldn't have done too much, but this is now a problem you have to deal with, right? So now, you've lost your co-tank, and you're like, okay, I have to deal with this problem. This right here, this is good. I would just keep shooting him. You're forcing out cooldowns, you're blowing him up. That was really good. That was one of the critiques I had for the last VOD, where tank players probably in silver, gold, low platinum, they probably feel like they're invincible. They feel like they can probably just charge in to 3, 4, 5 people and just get away with it. But as you saw right here, this Reinhardt is just, he does have Coalescence behind him, which, does make it a little bit better. The Coalescence runs out, though. He did it at the tail end of his Coalescence. The Kiri has Rush, and the Kiri's going to come in. But, he's going to come in here, and you did the right thing, where you're just like, well, I'm just going to shoot you until you die. So you start shooting, he loses half of his HP. He almost dies. He has his Kiri blow both of her cooldowns to come and save him. And he's still going to die here. The Kiri rushes. Reinhardt dies, and let's see what happens here. Okay. So this is good. Yep. Nice. Okay, nice follow-up on the grenade. But you can see how quickly just throwing yourself at the other team can just completely ruin a fight for your team. Because not only did that Ryan charge in and ultimately die, he calls his Kiri to die, and he calls his whole team to kind of his whole team's positioning just kind of imploded on itself. So let's see what happens here. This is okay. Let's take a look and just account for what's happening before. So your soldier's dead, and your JQ is dead. We're in overtime. Their D.Va is remeching on the left side on the cart. There's someone else over there with them. Looks like Moira, maybe. Who is it? It's their Kiri. Their Kiri and their D.Va are on the cart fighting the Mei, who's very low. So you're here. How did you end up here? I think this was on the back of let's see what your JQ does. So you have 12 seconds left. Your JQ has a habit of doing this where you don't really want to see how scary that is. Your JQ is pushed into this left side, out through main and into the left side, and it's gotten punished for it at least 2 or 3 times now. You throw the bomb to kind of damage control. You remech. So probably here, this is where, so you end up on the right side in the corner where we initially paused. This is where I would probably try to go back to the cart. I would try to, because you're in overtime now, so you can find fight them on the cart, because half their team is walled off right now. They have to deal with this wall. They have to spend a little bit of time getting through this wall. So I would like the bomb's going to go off, and once this bomb goes off, well, it kind of all happens at once. You could have flown up to the top and avoided the bomb, but this was kind of a hard spot with them blowing their stuff and then you getting put in the middle of their team. But I probably would have, especially in overtime, I would have tried to just get back to the cart and dealt, because they're forced to go to the cart. They're forced to be split, and you get to forcibly fight them split. So let's see here. Ryan's going to shatter 2 people on the right. One of them dies. This is tough. Okay, you're going to just get me back here. So this was tough. This is that's a hard position to recover from, because you were just staggered all the way through this. Because your JQ died, right? JQ died, and then she died on the push we talked about, which was bad. She died in this chokish area right here, and then you were kind of left out stranded, which wasn't too much your fault. You were kind of just there from what was happening before, and then you died because, you know, your team is imbalanced from the staggers. So you die, and then it's another like 3 or 4 versus 5 or 6. She dies, you die, and then you just never get to recompose. The cart is pushing, it's overtime. It's, you know, it's a tough position to be in. The Ryan shattered 2 people on the right, and it kind of just finishes from there. That being said, I think for that first round on defense, for your tank composition, I think you did decently well playing the corners you needed to play. We didn't get to see too much of the second point. The second point was kind of a wash, but the first point and the second point, holding on to those corners and playing around them and preserving your mech was a lot better. Diva JQ in general are both kind of off tanks, so you do have to kind of know how to play with double off tank, but it's all right. Once again, this is a great map both on offense and defense to play Sigma. If you're interested, like they're playing Sigma Diva here is such a good comp. So all of their team is sitting on the floor right here. Your DPS are Bastion, May, so they kind of want to brawl into them. And their DPS are Torb, and then they're running triple support. So they don't have a ton to deter you if you wanted to. So yeah, you're playing this well. Getting out there was fine. So now here, this is where I would probably start flying up to the high ground. Pushing the car is still fine though. It's a tough way to get out here. This isn't bad if the team is not, like, if their tanks, so finally their tanks do walk up on the cart. If their tanks aren't gonna like touch the cart and force the cart to stop and just let you push behind it for free, I mean, you basically you get 70% to the first checkpoint for basically free. That's fine if they're gonna let you do that. The biggest issue here is definitely that Torb turret. Yeah, that's unfortunate. You just kind of try to get out with no HP and ran over the Tor bolt. This is probably a reset. I would just try. Yeah, you're just gonna die. The biggest thing I would say. So we're gonna see how this goes. So the section that you're in here is not a very wide area, but you still need to like have your team try to expand to the right side, right? Someone has to do it, right? Because otherwise you're just in this tight corridor and they're just going to spam you to death. Nice. So yeah, all this is good. Yeah, you got in on the side, and then they're gonna they're gonna fall apart. Bomb attempt was fine. Not really, not super necessary because I think by the time you rip the bomb, your team had already kind of cleaned it up. This is good. Yep. Card is not your job. So what you want to do here, which you're already kind of plastered for, is you and your JQ just want to control this choke. As we saw when you were on defense, the choke is very hard to get out of. So you can do the same thing to them on offense where it's just like, well, we're going to keep you on this side of the choke, and you have to deal with it. This is a good ult by your JQ. Good follow-up by you. Yep. That was great. So now, yeah, now you can go back. This is fine. This is fine right here. If you want to touch the card 3 exit. But that was great. So instead of sitting on the cart, you went up, took space, your cart pushed for free behind it. They definitely have a contest here. Yeah, I would be careful. This is where I would back up. Doing good here. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, you're standing in a Torval right now, yeah. Oh, okay. See if they can keep you up. Okay, really good by your supports. Okay, yeah, good bomb rip. Yeah, that was good, that was good. So this should be pretty free. You're just cleaning them up. So right here, I would probably instantly boost up to the high ground and then kind of see what's going on, and you can fall down from there. Yep. Yeah, the cool thing about D.Va, which you're starting to get into the rhythm of, is that once you get on top of someone, you just get to keep shooting them. You just get to keep shooting targets until they die or you're forced to leave. So right here, this is just a an experience thing. Pretty much as soon as this Mei throws her ult and you see that the ult actually goes off, right? Like the ult's active. You can't eat it anymore. Like the ult is going off, it can't be stopped. You should immediately fly away. Like you have your boosters. It's not really worth killing the Mei because you stay to kill the Mei, right? But she used her ice block before, but yeah, here, and I think you looked up to be like, I'm gonna fly away, but pretty much as soon as you see that ult go off and you don't eat it, you should try to fly away from it, because now you're frozen and you're getting demeched, and if you get frozen in a Mei ult, you're probably going to die. Or as D.Va, you're just going to lose your mech. So it's one of those things where probably 90% of the time, it's regardless of the situation, you should just get out of the Mei ult unless you're killing everyone and no one on their team is left alive. But it was good, yep. Yep, super good. Stuff this guy too. All right. All right. We're on defense again. But yeah, first time was good. Main things you're wanting to do is control this room, this left room right here. And then control main. A lot of playing D.Va is kind of filling in holes in your team. You kind of just, wherever JQ goes, you want to cover what she's not covering, just in general, right? So if she's going to cover that left room, or if she wants to play main, right, she has to fall back, then you just patch up whatever's needed. So getting out here is good. Yep, save your mech. Yeah, I'm not sure where was your Moira for this whole. Your Juno was here. She's firing downrange at someone. Where is this Moira? Did she die before? So she was dead. She died to something that I missed. Let's see. So let's see. So she dies to a fire strike. So probably right here when your Moira dies. Generally, especially in 66, where you're running double support, like you're not running triple support. You lose your Moira. That's a big part of your healing. You gotta kind of very instantly be like, well, I need to leave, right? What you do, and you leave here, but you kind of have to even more so be like, well, we still don't have the heals even if I do leave. So let's see what the Juno is doing. So Juno is attempting to heal you. She's healing you. She's not looking at anything right now. Okay. So I would fly. I would try to fly out. That was good. That dude just died. Right here, like even though what I was going to say is that even though you were down a bit, like you can play it slow. You have the cart now, and this is good. You have the big axe on you. Flying away is good. Your JQ needs to walk up here and just start blasting. Okay, good. Yeah. Yep. I would shoot the door. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Be careful in the future. Like being more cognizant of Torbolt. So the main thing I'll say about this section right here is so this is like after their Rhine, their Rhine charges in. I just want to quickly rewatch this. So the Rhine charges in, and he charges in, and he doesn't really do anything, right? This is just a Rhine tip. Is if you're going to charge into the enemy team, you should at least like make sure you're doing something. But anyways, this guy dies. The Rhine dies. They're down their tank. The torp turret loses its charge. Right now, you have pretty good agency. You're getting healed, and you can kind of just walk and just keep shooting, right? Like you could walk on this right side and this hallway that you're kind of in right now, and just keep poking at them. Because I know one thing, it's like, does it feel bad that you're low HP and you're getting shot? It's like, yes, but it also feels bad for them to get shot at as well. So, main point there is that when you're ahead a whole tank and you can kind of just walk at them and force them to fight you, even if you have like a little bit of a health deficit, you can kind of just force them to do it. Obviously, you don't want to go so hard that you're like feeding your mech, but you probably could have been a little bit more aggressive in the fact that you kind of just walk up at the squishies that are behind the cart and you just shoot at them. I'm almost out of water. I'm assuming this is probably going to be a pretty quick cleanup here. Yeah, the torp turret up on the wall is kind of annoying for Diva to deal with, but thankfully you have teammates who can. Yeah, your bastion is destroying them. Yeah, so right here, you can just boost. You can just boost up right there. Even though this game is pretty in your favor, like in a similar situation where you're not just rolling them, right? As soon as you see this, as soon as you see like this diva so she gets demeched, and their Kyrie throws for Suzu, right? Like they don't have diva mech, they don't have Suzu. Right here, even though you are, you know, half HP, you can just boost into their team. You can boost into their team. You can boost high ground on this person who's high ground. I think that's Ashe. You can just boost up on that Ashe. So you go now, but like you could have done that 5 seconds earlier. The point of that is that it's just for recognizing when you can just hold W into them earlier. So you can probably hold a little bit further ahead. Torp's getting dumpstered on. I think you guys probably just touched, or yeah. Alright, so that was good. Lots of big improvements from the first VOD, I think. I think overall you did a lot better with Diva, you did a lot better with preserving your mech. And yeah, good job. Send me more VODs. Have a good one.